Dan Williams is slowly losing his eyesight. The 23-year-old launched his own business and is now teaching others about visual impairment.
So our perception of seeing is different. You don't actually see with your eyes, you see with your brain. All my dreams and aspirations that I wanted to achieve were just knocked back. I just thought there was no future for me. How are you getting on?
But for Daniel, getting to where he is now has been anything but straightforward. Daniel grew up in Bath with parents Shirley and Colin. He had lots of friends, and as a lively youngster, it didn't seem unusual that he got into a few scrapes.
I would have stains on my clothes because I didn't see that I had stains on my clothes. I would be walking into lampposts.
It wasn't until his first preschool checkup at the age of 5 that a health visitor suggested something might be wrong.
She was the one who said he needs to go to the opticians and get him checked. So I did. I took him to the opticians, back and forward to the opticians for years.
Daniel had lots of different prescriptions for glasses, but none of them seemed to improve his eyesight. And as he got older, it made things difficult at school.
When I was at 8 and at school, I had like children like trying to rip the glasses off my head when I got into fights and stuff at school, and calling me four eyes and stuff like that, so I didn't want to wear them then. And then the teachers would want me to sit at the front of the room, front of the class and stuff, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to fit in with all of my friends and just be normal.
On his next routine visit to the optician, Daniel was referred to a specialist.
I got the diagnosis of retinitis pigmentosa when I was 8 years old, but I didn't really understand it because I was so young.
Retinitis pigmentosa is an inherited disorder of part of the eye that senses light and which causes progressive sight loss.
So the peripheral vision at the side, you slowly comes inwards, so it's like a tunnel vision, and then eventually you'll go blind, and then you'll lose all your sight completely.
Mum Shirley began to realise the impact this condition could have on Daniel.
And that day then, they told me he would never drive a car. So, you know, that is when it really hit home.
I didn't realise the extent of it, that I would lose my sight and go blind eventually. I didn't realise it was like that.
When Daniel was 8 years old, he got a proper diagnosis. That meant he received some help from his local authority in the form of disability benefits and a support worker for school.
They would usually assist me, but I wouldn't want them to assist me because I just wanted to be independent and just be as normal as anyone else. Other children started to bully me. They then said in the playground and stuff like, oh, how many fingers am I holding up? Oh, you blind bat, and all this sort of stuff. So I got a lot of bullying as well, and that was very emotionally draining for me. It upset me a lot. It was like someone putting me through torture, really, using my eye condition to their advantage, you know?
At a time when most young people are starting to think about the future, Daniel was forced to realise the limits his condition placed on him.
When I was 17, I learned about the condition myself, what the long-term effects of it were. So I researched it myself on the internet, but I also sat down with specialists and they told me more about it and how it works. When I realised what the disease actually was, I felt devastated because I realised that I would go blind one day. I suppose I was so scared that I was going to go blind, and I was scared, really.
While classmates started driving lessons and talking about their careers, Daniel knew he had a very different path to follow. Daniel was referred to counselling to help him accept his condition, and it was with their help and support that he enrolled at the Royal National College for the Blind at Hereford.
When I went there for the first time, I'd seen loads of people who were blind, and it was a frightening experience because I thought, oh my God, is that going to be my life sort of thing? But also, it opened up so many doors for me and so many opportunities, really. And I met lots of inspirational people, realised that there were things that I could do, but I'd have to just adapt my life and my job opportunities to do different things. I couldn't be in the police anymore, but I could work as an admin assistant in the police or, do other things. I tried to change my mindset. Which is really good.
Daniel came away with qualifications in sociology, health and social care, business studies and Braille, and more importantly, a desire to change his future. He knew at that point he didn't want to have to rely on others for care and financial support. He believed he could stand on his own 2 feet.
I wanted to go into the social care industry, making a difference. I didn't just want to go into a job where I wasn't making a difference to people, and I always wanted to help other people to make changes in the world and do something that's going to make an impact. I'm going to set up a business doing visual impairment awareness training to train organisations, about the needs of people with visual impairment.
You want to put a blindfold on?
But Daniel didn't know where to start. His advisors at the Job Centre, though, helped him find a youth mentor and a Welsh Government and Job Centre Plus funded Want to Work scheme. He applied and was successful. He was awarded start-up funding and his newfound confidence began to kick in. In 2014, at the age of just 22, Daniel launched his own business.
My business is called Visualise Training and Consultancy, and it aims to improve service provisions within organisations so that they are more comfortable, more confident when dealing with blind and partially sighted customers, and also looking at their design of their building and making it more accessible. It's very interactive, and so people will be using simulation spectacles which simulate different eye conditions, and they'll also be guiding each other, so learning how to guide someone safely and effectively.
This one is called a long cane, and this one is the main one that people use.
I found the course to be very beneficial. I learned a lot, things I'd never thought of before. I'd never really known a lot about visual impairment, so it's really opened my eyes how to deal with people.
I think it went really well, and I think the delegates really benefited from the session, and I'm hoping to roll it out throughout the whole Job Centre Plus, and I hope the government make a law so that disability awareness training is compulsory within the whole of the United Kingdom.
My mum always said to me, I'll be able to do something, and well, I am now.